Hello, everybody. Let me just turn the sound up real quick. Welcome to episode 8, I believe, of Doki Doki Blue Skies. We are starting. Wait, let me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 8. We are starting the festival arc today, so, that's pretty darn epic. Everyone likes a nice little school festival arc in their dating sim / visual novel. I skipped over the first part. What did it say? Tomorrow's going to be incredible. I just know it. It's the day of the festival. Oh, yeah. It's the day of the festival is the part where we're starting here. So, go ahead, strap in, get ready for this experience of episode number 8 of Doki Doki Blue Skies. And here we go. The preparations for the event should be nearly complete, given all the work everyone's put in over the weekend. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. I smile, putting my phone away. Her personality even shows through her text. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Yuri at the festival, but knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. It's been a while though. Where's Sayori? I have a bad feeling, fellas. We're meant to walk together, but she's late again. I don't want to leave her behind, but if she takes much longer, I'm going to be late for school. More time passes. There's going to be a moment of decision soon if she doesn't arrive. Just as I'm getting ready to leave, I finally spot her, slowly making her way down the street. She's carrying a large sack in her hands, and I'm surprised she isn't running over to me. Isn't she aware of how late she is? Sayori, where have you been? We could have been late for school. Okay, I'm gonna take my first water break of the episode. Last episode we only talked to Yuri because she was over at our house, so I completely forgot some of the voices, but okay, here we go. Wah! I know, sorry. I overslept again? Or couldn't decide what to have for breakfast again. She immediately pouts. You're such a meanie sometimes. You know my teasing is all good and fun, right? She mumbles something under her breath. Of course. It looks like she's back to her normal self again, a definite relief. I feel a little guilty in not spending Sunday with her, but then again, it was probably wise to give her space. Then again, Yuri also needed help. I point to the sack she's carrying, which contains an assortment of colorful little gift bags. Ah, are those the gift bags you were working on over the weekend? Yep, I managed to get everything we need. Candy, quotes, and bookmarks. It was a lot of fun. Although, it was kind of hard to stop myself from eating the sweets. And did you manage it? People won't notice if a sweet or two's gone missing, right? I can't help but laugh. That's such a Sayori thing to say and do. I'm glad you're feeling better today, Sayori. And I'm sorry if I was a bit too invasive on Friday. I just worry a lot, that's all. It's okay, Markap. It really is. It's sweet that you were concerned. But yeah, I'm fine. It was just a little rain cloud. Hehe. Although, I'm kinda nervous for the festival. Honestly, I don't blame you for that. It's kinda nerve-wracking, isn't it? I mean, I know how much it means to Monica, but at the same time I didn't realize how intimidating reciting poetry to a bunch of strangers can be. Yeah, I was all for it back in the club room, but now that the actual day is here... She looks a little bit nervous. I reach over and give her a squeeze on the shoulder. Oh, that's hot. We'll be fine, don't worry. I know how much you like poetry, plus your poems are great. I just hope my own performance is up to standard. Oh, don't be silly, Markap. They'll love your poem. I just know it. I chuckle, admiring the definitive optimism that really makes Sayori, well, Sayori. Guess we'll find out. By the way, are you doing anything after the festival? Anything fun? Nope. I haven't really planned that far ahead. I'm not great at doing that anyway. Hehe. I'm kinda hoping we finish early so we can have the rest of the day off, to be honest. So, what you're really saying is that you just want to go home and sleep, right? Oh, look at how many students there are. How many clubs are having their own little event today? What a tactical change of topic that was. Our school is in sight, and there's a lot of students milling around. It's a little strange to think that there's so many fellow students around, yet I've still been feeling so lonely. Or at least before joining the literature club. Transition time. Times like these make me grateful that Sayori told me about it, the club. I think that it is supposed to be omitted, as in not there. Times like these make me grateful that Sayori told me about the club in the first place. I don't know, probably quite a few. By the way, Sayori. What's up, Markap? I just wanted to say, well, no matter how this festival goes, I'm really grateful you told me about the club and let me join. I've had a lot of fun so far. I scratch the back of my head nervously as Sayori looks curiously at me. I've never been good at expressing myself, and it probably shows. I guess what I'm trying to say is, thank you. It's been so fun being able to spend the time with you again, too. It really takes me back. You don't have to thank me for anything, silly. I've enjoyed it too. After all, it would be lovely if things could go back to how they used to be. How they used to? What do you mean? Oh, nothing, hee. Strange choice of words. What could she mean by this? As we enter the courtyard and make our way to our meeting room, she breaks the silence by giggling. Something funny? I just thought of a way to steal one of Natsuki's cupcakes without her realizing. Are you sure that's a good idea? Natsuki might be little, but you know better than I do that she can be really fiery. Oh, don't worry about her. She might be a bit mean on the outside, but she's harmless. Don't let her fool you. Well, I'd rather her than me. Markap, Sayori. It's good to see you guys. Do you want to come in and give me a hand? Monika is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. Oh, this jam, dude. This is I like it. They must be the one she's prepared. Wait, they must be the one she's prepared that has all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monika would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. Hey, do you guys want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I put down the banner I'm holding and grab one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. They look really pretty. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flip through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized the girls' poems from the ones they performed during our practice. Just then, Natsuki burst into the room carrying a box that positively towers over her. Yuri trails in behind her, clutching a large duffel bag nervously. All right, it's festival time. Wow, you guys got here before me? I thought I was pretty early. I'm sorry for being the last one here. I'm glad that some preparation is already underway, though. It should take less time to set everything up this way. Yeah, let's work hard together, everyone! Natsuki unpacks her box to reveal 4 trays of cupcakes stacked carefully on top of each other. Markap! I jump at the sudden outburst. Yes? Help me lay out these cupcakes! Then, if you wouldn't mind... Sayori, can you help me with these? Yuri gestures at her bag, to which Sayori nods cheerfully. I help Natsuki with her cupcakes while Yuri and Sayori start putting up decorations. Meanwhile, Monika continues putting down pamphlets. It isn't long before Natsuki has carefully arranged her cupcakes in a neat formation. Each cupcake is topped with white icing and some kanji written in a variety of different colored frostings. Wow, these look really good. Great idea to make them literature club theme as well, Natsuki. Yeah, it was a good idea, huh? I wrote down words that specifically have to do with poetry in our poems, too. She picks up a cupcake to show me. See, this one says create. Isn't that the kanji for use? As Natsuki furiously checks over the rest of her cupcakes to look for more miswritten characters, I glance over at Sayori and Yuri. I'm gonna take a little water break here. Natsuki's voice just destroys my vocal cords every time. That's a given. Yuri's on the floor, painting her inspirational quote on the banner in white paint. I guess she figured out where I put the banner herself. Meanwhile, Sayori's hung up the kanji curtain in the doorway and is puzzling over the essential oils setup. A good writer possesses not only his own spirit, but also the spirit of his friends. Hoo, yes, it's a quote by the German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. Nietzsche is how it's actually pronounced. Seems like a pretty fitting quote. Yes, I thought that would summarize our experience in the club quite well. I'm finished with the lettering, so if you wouldn't mind, Markap? That is, could you help hold my chair steady as I pin this up? Of course. We're gonna get a nice view here, fellas, I'm thinking. And ladies too. You know, Yuri. You know what I'm saying? Yuri pulls a chair up to the front of the classroom and climbs onto it, teetering slightly. She grips the banner tightly in her hands as she reaches up to attach it to the wall. The chair gives a threatening wobble, but luckily I managed to steady it. It's okay, Yuri. I've got you. You don't have anything to worry about. Thank you. Is it just me, or does she look like she's starting to blush now? I feel my cheeks begin to heat up as well. I didn't say anything weird, did I? When I help her down from the chair after she's finished, she looks more bashful than ever. Man, how do I always make things so awkward? It looks like all the preparations are almost finished now. I feel like there's something missing though. Suddenly, I notice a large bag sitting forlornly by itself to the side. What is that word? I've never seen it. Sorry, I'm retarded. That's Sayori's, isn't it? Sayori, did you forget to set up your part? Well, sorry, I was gonna do Natsuki's voice for her. Did I? I did! She rushes over to the bag and quickly empties it out. It's full of small, colorful bags tied shut with thin ribbons. Don't worry, I'll help you. We start organizing the goodie bags in neat rows on the desk closest to the door. I peek inside one of them as we do so. You can take a bag if you want. Inside the bag I find candy, stickers, inspirational quotes from poems on some sort of cardstock, and bookmarks. Looks like there's a good mix of things in here. I chose only the best candy for the festival. And the best quotes. The best bookmarks as well. You betcha! We laugh as we finish up our task. I take a bag, fish out candy, and pop it into my mouth. Sayori really does have good taste. The chocolate and toffee seems to melt on my tongue. Toffee is actually fucking disgusting. If you like it, you should be put in a camp. Sorry, that was out of line. Can I have one too, Markap? I can't resist those puppy dog eyes. Thanks, you're the best. Ooh. This is some nice mood lighting. This actually reminds me of I don't know if it was like the talent night at the Krusty Krab, but where Squidward gave his dance performance and SpongeBob was doing his comedy routine. I don't know, this just gives me that vibe. By the time we finish, it looks like everyone else is done too. The classroom is now darkened and lit up by the ambient lighting of the candles. A delicate floral scent wafts through the air, courtesy of Yuri's essential oils. Sayori and I head towards the other three girls who are huddled near the front of the classroom, murmuring to each other. Is it about time to start yet? Almost. We wrote that we were going to start at 10 a.m. on our posters, and that's in 10 minutes. Are people actually going to show up for this? Don't be so negative. Some people have shown up already, and I'm sure that more will file in soon. You guys don't have to be worrying so much about it. I've got full faith in all of you. I've seen all of your poems. It's been amazing watching each and every one of you find and nurture your unique writing styles. She smiles encouragingly at each of us. To her credit, her words are helpful, even though I haven't been part of this club for as long as the other three. Even Markap? Natsuki? Wait, that says Sai's mom. What is that? Huh? That was weird. Let me look in the history if it... Yeah. See, look at Sayori and then Sai's mom. Say's mom, I assume is an abbreviation for Sayori. Isn't that weird? Why is that there? That is very strange. Anyway, on with the show. It was just a joke. Jeez, thought some humor would lighten the mood. Sorry. Just trying to make sure everyone's in the best frame of mind before we start. It's okay, Monica. We all understand and appreciate that. Yeah, we know how much this club means to you. I want it to be a success just as much as you do. Couldn't have put it better myself. Even though I've only been in the club for a few days, I've really felt at home. Truth be told, I used to be kinda lonely. Knowing that I'm included in something with people like you guys always makes me feel better. I haven't told anyone about how lonely I've been feeling. I'm a little nervous about how they'll react. They all turn to me, varying degrees of emotion on their face. Natsuki impassively looks to the side, while Sayori and Yuri give me expressions of concern. Aw, Markap, I had no idea you felt that way. I'm sorry. I really hope we can change that. But I'm so happy you feel welcome here too. It's exactly what we wanted. I agree. No one should feel alone. I know it's quite a difficult thing to experience. I feel a warm flush of gratitude at their words. Thanks, guys. That means a lot. Also, Monica, I told Sayori this earlier and I figured you might appreciate hearing this. Well, no matter how the festival goes, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you. Thanks to you guys, that lonely feeling has disappeared. You've all been so welcoming and accepting, and believe me, I'm really appreciative of that. So, even if this event doesn't go quite as planned, just know that I really love it here, and I'm so glad Sayori told me about this club. If others don't like what we have here, well, it's their loss, right? The girls nod in agreement, smiling at me. I had no idea my words would have such an impact, but I'm glad they did in the end. It feels so rewarding to be able to give back to the club for a change. Monica turns to me, eyes shining with appreciation. Thank you, Markap. You're right. Hearing those words from a newcomer really makes me feel like I've succeeded in my goals as president. After all, I wanted to create a place where people can feel comfortable and share literature, and what you've just said makes me feel like it was all worth it. She turns to face the others. See, guys, if we could show Markap how amazing this club is, who's to say we can't show the other students the same thing? Don't see them as strangers, see them as potential club members. She's definitely got an inspiring way with words. You're a continuing source of inspiration. Yeah, good thinking, Monica. What's the worst that could happen? Yeah, but if they say anything bad about my cupcakes, I'm gonna kill them. Yuri giggles softly. I won't lie to you. I'm still quite nervous, but after hearing what you've said, Markap, I realize there might be other lonely people out there. This club would be the perfect place for them. Yeah, we might even find more manga enthusiasts. That's the spirit. Now let's go and show the rest of the school just what the literature club is made of. As if on cue, a few people wander into the room, curiously looking around the room. Monica confidently walks over and greets them. And so it begins. I'm going to take a little sip of water here. Excellent. All right. Monica and Sayori have greeted the newcomers and settled them in desks throughout the classroom. Some people are already helping themselves to cupcakes, and I noticed Natsuki keeping an eye on them. Meanwhile, Yuri is nervously looking through a pamphlet. I can see her soundlessly mouthing the words to her poem. Now that I think about it, I should be getting some extra practice in as well. Before I can do so though, Monica heads back towards us with Sayori in Tao. Showtime, everyone! Let's do this, guys! Time to get this over with! I can do this. We group up and stand together at the front of the classroom. Monica steps up to the podium and clears her throat, drawing the room's attention to her. Okay, everyone. Welcome to the Welcome to the Literature Club's poetry performance. My name is Monica, as some of you may know. Some girls sitting near the front row of the classroom wave at her. And I'm the president of the club. Accompanying me is the vice president Sayori. I gave Natsuki's voice. Oh man. See, if you stutter once, it just leads to like more fuck ups, and then you just like slowly keep like it just builds on one another. Oh man, let's try that again. Hi guys, and the rest of our club members: Yuri, Natsuki, and last but certainly not least, Markapi. I love it when my name is inserted into the story. We all wave back at the students with varying degrees of enthusiasm. I hope that you'll all enjoy our poetry, and that we'll be able to help contribute to a memorable festival. Literature is amazing in its ability to connect us to the human condition, and we really hope that this event will help encourage others to start participating as well. Our club will gladly welcome any new members, from those who love words and writing as well, to anyone who's simply just curious and wants to learn more. After the scheduled performances, we'll be opening up the stage for anyone else who wants to perform, so don't be shy. And now, without further ado, I'll be starting with my poem, The Way They Fly. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and I head off to settle down in the frontmost desk and saving the seats at the end for Monika. She stands there, alone, yet still radiating confidence. After flashing a smile and a wink at us, she begins. Each word is crystal clear and exudes emotion. Somehow, her recital is even better than it was only a few days ago. She must really have practiced hard to try to achieve perfection. The classroom is silent at first, drinking in her words. After a few moments, however, some whispering starts up in the back of the classroom. I guess that is inevitable, but it still doesn't make it any less annoying. I exchange a look with Natsuki, who rolls her eyes at the disruptions. Sayori pats my hands and gives me an encouraging smile. She's comforting as always. As Monika's poem progresses, more and more people wander in. Normally this would be a good thing, but they're making a lot of noise. Thankfully, they simmer down once they realize Monika's speaking, but the damage has already been done. She reaches the end of the poem, the last few words resonating in the classroom. A round of applause fills the room and Monika beams at everyone, patiently waiting for them to finish. Thank you for listening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed my poem and that it gave you a flavor of what the club is like. For the newcomers, welcome! We're just in the midst of showing you all our poems. For the benefit of those who have just joined, she quickly introduces everyone. Anyway, up next is Natsuki. Take it away. Natsuki stumbles slightly as she makes her way to the front of the class. I guess the nerves are really getting to her. It doesn't help that someone... Nice try, FBI. Not today, CIA. Yeah, I'm not saying that. First of all, it's supposed to be SNICKERS. I don't think that is a word. Oh man, you almost got me. Nope, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna do it. Nope, no sir. Oh man, that it's definitely supposed to be SNICKERS. By the way, just like whoever made this mod, man, like that's a typo that you cannot be making. Alright, it doesn't help that someone laughs, causing her to turn to glare at them. Oh man. We're moving on from that. Sayori seems to know this too, as she hastens to shoot Natsuki a reassuring smile. Natsuki stands at the front of the classroom with her poem in hand, slight traces of irritation still visible on her face. Anyway, so my poem's called Jump. She takes a deep breath and begins her recital. Just as I was hoping, she's able to inject her trademark bouncy style into the performance, bringing the words to life. She doesn't quite radiate the confidence Monika did, but her unique style shines through, giving the poem a flow and rhythm. While simple, it's effective. My heart sinks as I start picking up on the newcomers having their own conversation in the back of the classroom. I'm hit with a surge of anger. How can they be so inconsiderate? It's clear that they aren't paying any attention, and from the pause and change in Natsuki's tone, she's clearly picked up on it as well. Why can't they just save their stupid, selfish conversations for after our performances? Her poem comes to an end, but unlike with Monika's, there's a slight awkward moment of silence. Once again, there's a round of applause, but it's clear that the audience's engagement isn't quite as strong. Great performance, Natsuki. I really liked the rhythm of that poem. Natsuki forces a smile and makes her way back to her seat. It's clear that she's upset. Anyway, our Vice President Sayori is next to perform. Hi, everyone. I hope you like my poem. Hee hee. She cheerily skips up to the front, poem in hand. As she turns to face us, she looks a little nervous, fidgeting slightly. Hee hee, sorry, I'm a little nervous. It's okay, Sayori. Just remember what we practiced. I've got full faith in you. This is weird, the music shut off. Yeah, you've got this. This one's called My Meadow. There's the music. She begins her poem. Her soft voice guides us through the recital, and there's a remarkable contrast between her cheerful inflection and the more bittersweet nature of the words. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice people casually flicking cupcake wrappers onto the floor, along with candy wrappers lying on the table. Worse still, the talking is getting louder and more noticeable. Monica looks around at the perpetrators, frowning at them. One of the students lets out a loud yawn, making absolutely no effort to hide it. Another student picks up one of the quotes and nudges their friend. They both frown and laugh at the message, and I get the horrible feeling it's more the mocking kind of laughter. They both... didn't click. At this point, I'm seeing red. If we weren't in school, I would have punched these inconsiderate pricks by now. No one should be this rude to Sayori. She's probably the sweetest person I've ever met. Despite the now obvious disruption, she's still trying her best and is making a real effort to continue. To her credit, her performance is still commendable. She manages to work the contrast of her enunciation against the words in her favor. It adds an interesting depth to the poem. I'd love to see more of this side to her. She brings her performance to a close, hands shaking slightly. Ahem. Lovely poem, Sayori. You've really brought that one to life. Thank you. Something's off with her voice. It's like how she was on Friday. Monica stands up, turning to address everyone in the room. Just a polite reminder that it would be much appreciated if everyone could give our poet some respect while they're performing. Monica looks stern while Natsuki looks positively furious. Thank you. Now the stage is all yours, Yuri. Oh, dude, if they talk while Yuri's up there, we're gonna be going at it like this. No joke. Yuri's looking terrified at this point. Sayori gives her a reassuring squeeze, and I lean over, whispering into her ear. You've got this, Yuri. Just pretend like it's only me, Natsuki, Sayori, and Monica. I can't do this, Markap. Yes, you can. I believe in you. I've seen how passionate you can become when you talk about Portrait of Markov. I love that. I love seeing that side of you. Besides, like you said, this club could be the perfect place for any of those people. We just don't know it yet. She swallows nervously, nodding at my words. Okay. Thank you. She rises to her feet, poem clasped firmly to her chest and avoiding eye contact with everyone as she walks up. Her eyes flick up to glance at the classroom when she gets on stage, although she quickly ducks her head back down to look at her poem on the podium. This poem is titled After Image of a Crimson Eye. Her voice quivers as she starts, but unlike her recitation, I don't know why that was, it just like stumped me for a second. A few days ago, the meek and trembling version of Yuri remains well into the poem. She determinedly forges ahead, but I can tell she's not enjoying it in the slightest. The rest of the classroom, momentarily subdued by Monica's words, soon begins to grow louder again. After a few lines of the poem, they are even more unruly than before. The crinkling of wrappers fills the air, and at a few points, Yuri is almost drowned out by others' voices. I catch a few people getting up and leaving the classroom, and by the slight hitch in her voice, it seems that Yuri's seen them as well. Her eyes stay glued to her poem now, and it looks like she's trying her hardest to ignore everyone. One boy quietly wolf whistles at Yuri, causing her to jump and lower her head even more. I don't know what a wolf whistle is. I just know wolves howl, but I don't know about whistling. She's practically shaking like a leaf. This is absolutely disgusting behavior, and I open my mouth to say something. Suddenly, Natsuki stands up, a loud scrapping noise from her pushing away from the desk, drawing the attention to the students. Can you all just shut up? I'm really freaking sick of this. How can you guys be so rude? We're trying our best to show you something amazing here, and you're just trying to stomp all over our hard work like that? Unbelievable. I can't even understand how people can be this arrogant and, it's just plain terrible. I didn't want to interrupt you, Yuri, but I can't stand it anymore. You idiots might as well leave if you aren't going to pretend to pay attention. Man, that killed me. Gosh darn. There's complete silence for a beat. Okay, here's Boy. Only came for the food anyway. Let's go, guys. Yeah, I'm glad we met Boy. Once this boy speaks up and begins to lead his friends away, one by one more students start to follow them out the door. I throw a panicked look over to Monica, who's holding a strange, stiff expression on her face. Looks like she's struggling to stay calm for everyone. After a few moments, there's barely anyone left. Yuri, meanwhile, quietly begins speaking again, but her voice is barely audible. There's just a stifling silence accompanying her words. When she finishes, a weak smattering of applause sounds from the few who are left. She unsteadily steps down from the stage, a blank look on her face. She won't look at any of us either. I'm worried about her. Okay. Monika's voice cracks as she speaks up. She's still trying her best. She's still trying her best to see us through this. I don't think any of us could have predicted that it would turn out this way. Ahem. Thank you, Yuri. You did wonderfully. I'm sincerely sorry for all the disruptions and sheer arrogance you had to endure. Those kinds of people are really the worst. To those who are left, I want to thank you all for staying and apologize as well. This is definitely not a normal occurrence for the Literature Club, I assure you. Well, let's finish off with Markap then. With a heavy heart, I slowly get up and walk onto the stage. When I get to the podium, I'm appalled by the sight of the classroom. Candy and cupcake wrappers are strewn across the floor, and quote cards lay tossed about, with many of the cards now featuring shoe prints over the words. The remnants of goodie bags are left ripped apart on desk. Even the kanji curtains look tangled up and messy. The only students left are those who waved to Monica at the beginning. This is what Yuri had to see when reciting her poem. No wonder she didn't want to look up and face these people. Can I really do this now? How are the others able to finish their poems? I look at the clock. Only 10:20. Has it really only been 20 minutes? Taking a shaky breath, I begin to speak. Hi everyone. I'd like to take a second to apologize as well, both to those checking out the club today and to those who are already in it. But despite everything that's happened, I can say that I'm glad I joined since I got to meet so many amazing people. I believe that you guys will love it as much as I did too. Anyhow, I hope that you all enjoy Acquainted with the Night. I start reading and am struck once again by the beauty of the poem. The loneliness and isolation conveyed so accurately, I can relate to a lot of these feelings. I won't be as good as the others at reciting, but I can only hope that I'll be able to do the poem justice. Thoughts of doing both the poet and the club proud strengthened my spirit, and I managed to fight through the depressing mood. The quiet of the classroom suits the lines of the poem well, and my recital seems to fly by rather quickly. Excellent performance, Markap. What a great way to round off the event. As I step down from the stage, Malika stands up and addresses the room. Thank you all for coming and staying. I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. That's it for the scheduled recitations, but you guys are free to stay and hang out if you want. There's an awkward silence for a few moments, then the remaining students start to stand up. Okay, Shiori, looks, I don't know what voice to give her, man. I only have like 3 voices. Oh, man. Think. Brain blast. Okay, Hey, Monica. Oh, and you too, Markap. I didn't know you were in this club. The voice doesn't even... I don't even know what that is. The girl standing before us is actually my homeroom's class representative, Shiori. Shiori. Shiori? I don't know. Given that both she and Monica are class reps, they're probably friends. Yeah, I only joined about a week ago, so... Ah, I see. Yep. Hey, the way you guys were treated was seriously awful. It's fine. Thanks for staying. Either way, sorry about everything, Monica. I'll check out the club sometime. She gives us a small... commiseratory smile, and I'm torn between wondering whether everyone's pitying us or sympathizing with us. They all start to file out of the classroom after a few more goodbyes. Monica keeps a strange smile plastered on her face. Meanwhile, Yuri has her head buried in her arms on the desk. In contrast, Natsuki is staring straight ahead, gritting her teeth, and Sayori looked down at the desk, picking at a spot on the varnished wood. This place is a mess. To say there's tension in the air would be a massive understatement. There's silence in the room, made worse by the sense of awkwardness. No one knows what to say. No one expected the festival to end this way, and the impact is hitting us all. Speaking of the impact hitting us all, I'm going to hit us all at the end of this episode. Ooh, I know, I'm a great segue artist here. Anyway, thank you for coming. I apologize that the mod creator had that word in there. The Markap channel does not. The content of the Doki Doki Blue Skies mod does not represent the beliefs and moral values of the Markap network. So just had to make that disclaimer. Thank you for watching. Go ahead, do me 4 favors. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, help me find a girlfriend. And bye-bye.